Welcome friends. Today we're going to make a recipe application using the mealdb.com. So here is how the website is looking like. Here we have a navbar with a left, center and a right side. Then here I have a hero section with the left side here with the titles and stuff, and the right side here with that big image and those two here. Then if I scroll down here, it is our client favorite recipes, and here icon here we have a slider which is without React, which is with React.js only, vanilla React.js without any libraries, I meant to say. And here when I click on it, you see here how the dots are even moving. So you see here how it is moving, and here I can navigate even to the dot. So here I click a dot and I'm navigating through the recipe that I want to see. Then when I click below, here I have a pick a category, choose what suits you. So here, if I don't want to eat beef, let's say I want to eat chicken, I can click on chicken. And we have here chicken recipes. Then let's say it's a WAMP day. Let's don't eat chicken, let's eat WAMP. Here I click on WAMP and you see here the WAMP. So nice. When I click on one of the recipes here, you see how it is recipe details, a big image of the recipe, here the title, and here the ingredients that we need. So this is our application, guys, our website. See you in the development. Welcome again, friends. Let's start developing. So let me open the terminal here and let us type npx create a react app dot slash and client. This means that if you create a client folder that you're going to see just now, as you see, so here we have a client folder, and in this folder our React application will be initialized. As you see, our React application has been successfully initialized, and while it was initializing here, I downloaded a folder from GitHub which is assets with those meals as you see here. So if you don't have the images, just go to my repo here, recipe project with meal, the MealDB API, and you see it here in source, assets, and you can download those three images here. Okay, let me close my GitHub and let me start deleting those boilerplate files. So here app.test.js, index.css, logo svg, report, web vitals, and setup tests. Those 5 files, I want them to be deleted, so I have selected them and delete. Nice. I'm going to clear here the boilerplate code, like this here, and here let me remove that import. Okay, nice. So, from where we should start? I think that we should install two of our dependencies. So here cd client and here npmi react router DOM and react icons. Those will be the only two dependencies that we're going to need for this application. So click enter, and while they are initializing, I mean installing, I'm going to make here a components folder, and inside those components folder I'm going to make several other folders. So here I'm going to make categories. After categories I'm going to make favorite foods, then hero, and just to tell you, each folder will represent two files, one JSX and one CSS. So here it's home, not hero, and we have two more left, navbar, and lastly here I have recipe details. So let's make for each folder here inside components two files. So here you see one is going to be JSX file, so here rfce, and if you wonder what is this rfce thing here, it is from an extension which is here es7. Let me show you here, not this extension but this extension here. You see here es7, that one with almost 8 million downloads. So let me close it, and here let me make a css file. So I'm going to use css modules as you see here, which is just like vanilla css. So if you don't know modules and you know vanilla css, you are good to go, don't worry. And here just let me make favorite foods rfc, then favorite foods dot module dot css. Here let me import the styling sheets, so here from dot slash. Okay, let me make the same for the hero, so hero jsx rfc hero.module.css. Again, let me import it, and we are almost ready here. We have, oops, three more left here. So this is for the home JSX rfc home.module.css, and again the same thing. So we import it, and we have two more left. So here the navbar rfc navbar.module.css. here again import classes from dot slash. And lastly, here we have the recipe details. So let me make the JSX file for the recipe details and the CSS file recipe details dot module dot CSS. Here again the same thing, we import it. So here import classes from dot slash, and we are ready with all of the folders here and the files inside the folders. Let me go here to app.js and import some things here. So I'm going to import the navbar at the topmost. So here is going to be the navbar, and inside here I'm going to have routes. This thing is coming from React Router DOM. This will define our pages for inside the application. So here we have routes and route from React Router DOM. And here inside the index.js, I'm going to import browser router, as you see here, and with that I'm going to wrap my whole application just like this here in order to be able to use React Router DOM. Okay, we have ready with that browser router, and here I'm going to make two routes. One is for the home route, so here element is going to be home. So here let me import the home. Come on, why it's not showing up? Let me open it. So here home, and if I do it like this, it's not imported. Okay, I'm going to see just right now why it's not doing it. And here, why it's showing that it's not used? Weird behavior. Okay, let me continue here. So here is going to be slash recipe slash here, and this is a parameter which is going to be a dynamic ID. So this will be for our recipe details. So here again, element is equal to recipe details. Here let me close it, and just like this here. So let me import the home here. So here import home from dot slash, or here dot slash actually components slash home, and here home. Then I'm going to import recipe details from dot slash components slash recipe details, and here recipe details dot JSX here. We can even omit the JSX, and here I really wonder why this cannot be auto imported. Is it because of this here? Wait, if I here code that route, okay, right now I think we would have no problem. Oops, just let me change it. So this is the ready page as you see here. Let me close that ready page because we need to start from zero, of course, to make that application look like it. So here cd client net npm run start. So right now we're going to run our web server and see what happens. And while it is doing its thing here, okay, it's fast as you see. While it's doing its thing here, I suggest that we start first with the navbar. So let's go here with the navbar. Here the navbar is going to have a class name of container, then it's going to have class name of wrapper, and here I'm going to have a left side, a center side here, so here center, and when we have a left and a center, we have a right side, so it's kind of intuitive. Okay, let me start first with the left side. Here for the left side, first this is going to be a link, not a div, so let me import link from React Router DOM. And inside that link here is going to be the channel name. So here it is web dev mania. Nice. Then for the center side, it's not going to be a div but a UL. So unordered list here. And let me change here the closing tag to UL. So here for the UL is going to be inside with the list items. And for each list item, I'm going to give them a class name of list item. So here the first one is home, and I'm going to copy paste them. So here we have a home, then it is going to be about, then it is going to be contacts. After this here it's going to be services, and this is just for list items. And here for the right side it is going to be a div, so I'm not going to change the tag name. And here inside I have an input with a type of text. Placeholder is going to be search dot dot dot, and below I'm going to have AI outline search icon. So let me import that icon here. So import AI outline search from React icons AI. Nice. And let me see. Okay, you see right now how the navbar looks like, and not defined. Wait, it's defined. Okay, it was just a bug. So you see how right now our navbar looks like. Of course, right now we're going to go to our styling sheet, and it's going to look amazing. So let me open it like this so you see what I'm styling here, and let's begin. So here dot container is going to receive here a height of 60 pixel, width of 100%, and padding of 0.25 on top and bottom and 2 on left and right. Then dot wrapper is going to be a height of 100%, width of 100%, display of flex, justify content of center, and align items of center. Then let me start with each individual side. So here I'm going to make a comment for the left, for the center, and for the right side, just to separate them. So for the left side, I'm going to target directly the left side, and it's going to receive a text decoration of none to remove the underline, then font size of 28 pixel, font weight of both, and color of DC9716. So this is a hex color, which is an orange color. So we can see how it's looking right now. Okay, this is how I wanted it to look. But here I think into the app.css, sorry for doing this guys, I forgot here to write some styles that I want them to be for our whole application. So here into the app.css, let me define some styles here. And then we're going to continue with the navbar. So for the app.css, box sizing will be border box, margin will be 0, padding will be 0, font family is going to be sans serif, and the user select will be none. So those are our 4 styles that is going to be applied to our whole application into the app.css. Okay, let me go back here to the navbar like this. Okay, right now you see here the font style is different, and here let me style the center side. So here for the center side, here dot center is going to be applied the following styles. So here display of flex, align items of center, list style is going to be none, and gap is going to be 2ARM. And font, not font size, but font here the color is going to be 444. This color, nice. And I think this is it for the center side. Yes, let me go to the right side. So here dot right is going to receive a display of flex, align items of center, background color of EF, padding of 0.5 ARM, and border radius of 7 pixel. So right now you see how are they aligned. But I want to remove this border and the background color of the input. So let me go. Let's go. So here we target the input, and here outline is going to be none, border is going to be none, background color is EF. Oops, just like this. Padding is 0 on top and bottom, and 0.25 on left and right, and transition is 150 milliseconds. So, and let me copy here this thing here, and let me apply just a slight hover effect, which is going to be padding left of 0.5 ARM. So when you click here, you see how this is moving a little bit. I just wanted to make some hover effect. Okay, this is for the navbar. The next part here is the hero. So let me close here the navbar. We are done with it, and let me open here the hero.jsx and the CSS alongside. So actually I'm going to close here the CSS file and make it like this at the beginning. So first I'm going to go to the TheMealDB, because we're going to need 2 links. I want to fetch here, where is it exactly? Here, filter by main ingredient. I want to copy this link here, and here I'm going to have 2 URLs. So here const URL 1 is going to be here inside of string, and this thing here. And I want to have a second URL which is going to have a different main ingredient. So I can just copy it like this, paste it, and this is going to be here like this. So S is equal to burger. Here it is I is equal to chicken breast, and here S equal to burger. I can even copy this thing here and paste it in my browser just like this. Here meals are no, wait, if I make it like this right now, it's going to show me again here inside the previous. It's going to work, guys. It worked in my previous demo. So here don't worry about it. Right now we're going to see what's going on. So here let's continue. So here const chicken recipe, set chicken recipe is equal to u state to an empty string, and here const burger recipe, and then set burger recipe is equal to u state. And here before the www I want to write http colon // we must have this, otherwise we are not going to get anything. And here let me make a use effect here. So the first use effect here, so here use effect 1 is going to be for fetching the chicken recipe. So here const fetch chicken recipe, and it is an async function because we are going to make an API call. Here try catch console.error error here, and here const response is equal to await fetch URL1, const data is equal to await response.json. And here let me console log the data. I want to console log the data before doing anything else, just to show you what we are going to have. So here let me inspect here console, and let me refresh here. We don't see anything because the hero, we need to import it into the home. So here let me import it here inside the home, just like this here. And right now if I refresh the page, you see here muse with an array of 9. So here, in order to get into the array, we need to write here data.muse, and right now we're going to be into the array. So here, this is how the array looks like, and I just want one element. I'm a humble guy. I just want the, let's say, the 0 element, which is, I mean, 0 index, the first element. So here, let me get the 0 index, and instead of console log here, it's going to be set chicken recipe, like this here. I'm going to make another use effect which is going to be quite similar, and this is going to be for fetching the burger recipe. So here const fetch burger recipe is equal to async. Here try catch console error error, and here for the try block const response is equal to await fetch URL2, const data is equal to await response.json, and here console log data. And final step here, let's call the function so we can see what is inside. And here let me refresh here, we get muse no. I instantly saw what is the mistake here. Instead of list by filter by main ingredient, this thing here, we must get this URL, which is this. So we can copy this URL and paste it here. So right now we are going to see what is inside. So here you see muse 1. So we have here one meal, which is here a burger. So you can see here. Here it's not a burger. Whoops. Here it's a bit that meal here that I cannot even pronounce. Here let me write here burger, and let's see the burger. I want it to be a burger. And here you see right now WAMP. Where is the title here? WAMP Tzatziki Burgers. It's probably Greek. Okay. So right now we can save the result here inside, and it's going to be data.muse and the 08 index because we have only one element. So that's how we can get access to the mule directly. Nice. So we are ready here with the functions and use effect. Let's start typing here the JSX. Here it's going to be class name, is going to be classes.container again, then it's going to be .classes.wrapper, and here inside the wrapper I'm going to have a left side, and then I'm going to have a right side. So for our left side, let's go. First I'm going to have an h2 craving some again space, and here we are going to have a br element here, br delicious meals. Below the h2 I'm going to have an h5 with feeling the cooking vibe. Below the h5 I'm going to have a paragraph with the class name here of first description, which is going to be you've come to the right place for some tasty recipes. Below that paragraph I'm going to have another paragraph which is going to be with the class name of second desk, and here the text is going to be just see what we have for you. And below this second paragraph I'm going to have a div with the class name here of buttons, and inside I'm going to have two buttons. The first one is going to be get started, and the next one is going to be here explore recipes here. Okay, and here for the right side, first I'm going to have here a view which is from my assets folder, so let me import it. So here import mu from // assets /mu1.jpg. So here is that image here. Let's continue. So here it is going to be chicken meal, which is going to have here a div with the class name of image container, and inside I'm going to have an image which is going to be here the source of chicken recipe question mark dot str view thumb, and below this image container here I'm going to have an h5 which is going to have inside chicken recipe question mark dot str view, like this here. So you see right now the image is too big in order to see anything meaningful. So we're going to start with just a little bit. I just want to write the second here, which is going to be here classes dot burger meal, and it's going to have the same structure here. So let's write it. First we have classes dot image container. Then inside the image here, I'm going to have burger recipe question mark dot str meal thumb, and below the image container I have an h5 with the burger recipe question mark dot str meal. So this is it right now, and let me go to the styling sheets to style it because I'm sure you don't see almost anything. So here let me open the styling sheets, let me split the screen here, and let's go. I just want to make it okay, nice. Okay, so here dot container is going to be a height of calc 100 vh minus 60 pixel. This 60 pixel doesn't come from nowhere, it is the height of the navbar. So I'm going to give my container the height of my viewport minus the height of the navbar. So it is basically the height of our page except the navbar. Then width is going to be 100% and margin top of 6 rm. Then dot wrapper is going to be height of 100%, width of 85%, margin of 0 auto, display of flex, and justify content of center. Then I suggest you actually that we first style the images because I'm sure you see nothing. So right now, I mean, what we see, nothing almost. So let's go here to style the images. So here, let me open again the styling sheets, and here dot image container is going to have a height of 50%, width of 75%, and overflow is going to be hidden. And here inside dot image container, and here I'm going to target the image inside, which is going to have a transition of 150 milliseconds, height of 100%, width of 100%, object fit of cover, and border radius of 8 pixel. And let me make here the hover effect, which is going to be the following. So scale of 0.3, 1.03, yes. And here right now, again those images are super big, maybe because here I need to target it like this. So here is chicken meal, and then I target it like this, and let me copy it, and here it is for burger meal. So right now I think it should be applied. No, is it because of this image here? Okay, let me first actually style that image here. So here we have dot right, and here I'm going to target that image, which is going to be here. Whoops, not the asterisk but the image here. So object fit of cover, height of 100%, width of 100%, border radius of 8 pixel. So right now I think okay, right now you see how this is looking. It looks much better. Nice. And here for the right I'm going to give it height of 500 pixel, width of 600 pixel, and position of relative. Okay, just a little bit later I'm going to make those things absolute and stuff, but I want to make here the left side. So let me go back here again, and let's start here with the left side. So I'm going to separate it again like this. So here left, and below I'm going to have the right side. So here for the dot left I'm going to apply display of flex, and flex direction is going to be column, just this. Then dot left in the h2 inside is going to have a margin bottom of 2 rm. Color is going to be hash color, so here hash D49726. Font size of 44 pixel, font weight of both, line height of 58 pixel, and here letter spacing of 1.5 pixel. So right now you see how it's looking nice. Then dot left and the h5 inside the dot left here is going to have a letter spacing again of 1.5 pixel, margin top of 1 IRM, margin bottom of 3 IRM, color is going to be B9944F, font size of 32 pixel, and font weight of bold. Then dot first description is going to be first description here, and it is going to be letter spacing. Just let me make this a little bit like this. So here letter spacing is going to be 1 pixel, then font size of 22 pixel, font weight of 500, margin bottom of 1.5 IRM, and color of orange, like this here. Then the second second description is going to be again letter spacing of 1 pixel, margin bottom of 3 IRM, color of #777, font size of 18 pixel, and font weight of 500. So let me see how it's looking. Okay, there's some progress obviously. Nice. Let me target here the dot buttons. So here dot buttons are going to be display of flex, align items of center, and gap of 2.5 RM. And here dot buttons and the button inside the dot buttons are going to have 0.4 IRM on top and bottom and 1 IRM on left and right. So here like this. Then border is 1 pixel solid transparent. Then outline is going to be none, and transition is 150 milliseconds. So you see how are they looking? Okay, let's style them individually. So here dot buttons, and inside dot buttons the button themselves, and here actually the first shout, not hover but first shout. And here for the first shout the background color is going to be a hash color here of G49726. Color is going to be FFF, border radius is 5 pixel, and font size is 17 pixel. So right now we see how this button is looking nice. Then I'm going to apply for the first shout here a hover effect. So here just copy it, and here to colon hover, background color is FFF, border color is this color, so here G49726, and the text color is going to be the same as the border color, so you can just click it like this. Nice. And then let me style here the second button. So here dot buttons, button last child, and this is going to receive here a color of G49, again this orange color, so here G49726. Then it's going to have a background color of EF, border radius of 5 pixel, and font size of 17 pixel. And let me copy here to apply the hover effect. So here we have colon hover, and it is going to have a background color of again this orange color, and here a text color of FFF. So let me see how the buttons looks like. You see how are they looking? I like them a lot personally. Okay, we are ready with that part. Let me go here to the images and let's start typing it. So here, first, I want, why did it do this? So here below that right image, I want to target everything here like this, and I'm going to make everything a position of absolute. Then height is going to be 225 pixel, width of 150 pixel, and here background color is going to be FFF. Then I'm going to have some box shadow, which you probably know if you have watched my videos, that I just want to copy paste. I don't want to lose your time. Not my YouTube channel, sorry. But here, I don't want to lose your time. So here we can go and copy here the box shadow, which is quite long here. So components, hero.module.css, and here is the box shadow. So we can copy this box shadow calmly and paste it. It's just box shadow for the different browsers, as you see here. Nice. And we can close the GitHub. Okay, then dot right here, and the chicken meal inside is going to be a bottom of minus 2.5 IRM, and left is going to be minus 1 IRM. Then dot right, and here I'm going to target the burger meal, is going to have a bottom, it's not bottom but top of minus 2.5 IRM, and right with minus 1 IRM. So you see how it is looking right now. Okay, but we still have work to do. And here actually I forgot here. So let me go back here. I forgot to apply some styles. Here when we made the box shadow, we have display of flex, flex direction of column, align tabs of center, justify content of center, and border radius of 8 pixel. So right now you see how it is looking. Nice. Okay, let's continue here. So we have written the image container, we have written this for the images, but we still have to do some things. So here, dot chicken mu and the h5 inside is going to be with a margin top of 1.25 rm. Color is going to be 333, font size of 18 pixel, text align of center, and line height of 29 pixel. So right now, let me see how this looking. You see this thing here. And let me style here for that burger, the lamb tzatziki burger. So dot burger mu, and here the h5 inside is going to have again a margin top of 1.25 rm, color of 333, font size of 18 pixel, text align is going to be center, and here line height is going to be 29 pixel. So it is basically the same style, so you can copy them from the chicken meal. And here h5, just you can copy them, they're basically the same. Okay, so right now you see how this looking, and we are ready actually with the hero section, which is quite nice. So the next part here is the favorite food section. So here, let me close the hero and let me open this here. So here the favorite foods. And before doing anything else, I suggest that we import it here, because then we are going to wonder why I don't see it. So here it is imported. Let me again close the home, and here for the favorite foods. Again, I'm going to have here const URL is equal to, and here let me go here and let me copy what I wanted to copy here. So list all categories, area ingredients, list by category here. So I can just copy this here and paste it. So we can just paste this thing here, and we're going to think that is our favorite foods. Like, I mean, this is just for the UI here. So here const recipes, set recipes is going to be equal to you set here an empty array, come on, not an object but an array, and here const show recipe, and here set show recipe, oops, is equal to you set, and the initial value is going to be here 0, because we're going to make a slider here. So just wait here, guys, don't worry, I'm going to show you everything. It's going to be vanilla React slider without any libraries. Okay, here we're going to have a use effect just to fetch some recipes. So here again the usual syntax for the use effect, and here const fetch recipes is equal to async here try catch, here console.error error, and here inside the try block const response is equal to await fetch URL, and then const data is equal to await response.json, and here console log data dot just data. I want to console log just the data, so you see what we're doing here. And here console, I have not called the function, that's why I don't see anything. So right now we're going to see. Wait, here I have a problem. I know why, don't worry, we're going to fix it immediately. So here with the www, I need to put https colon slash slash, and right now the error is no longer. So right now you see how it is here. And if I make it dot muse, you're going to see just the array here. Great, great. So here, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to slice it, and I'm going to get the first, let's say, 8 recipes. So right now we are going to see here, actually from 0 to 8, right now it's going to give me 8 recipes. So you see here, we have 8 recipes here, that console log here. Okay, and instead of console logging here, I'm going to save it to my state, just like this here. So we have the first 8 meals here with the seafood category. Okay, and here let me start typing the JSX. So here class name is going to be class name classes.container. Then after the class name.container here, I'm going to have classes.wrapper. Inside the wrapper, I'm going to have a div with the class name here of titles, and inside them, I'm going to have an h5. Inside that div with the titles, I'm going to have an h5 with the recipes people like the most. This is going to be some text here, and h2 with our client's favorite recipes. Okay, and below this here I'm going to have a div with a class name of recipes, and here I'm going to map through those recipes here. So first I want to import two icons which are going to be AI outline arrow left, and when we have a left arrow we're going to have a right arrow. So here AI outline arrow right. Nice. And I want to give them class name. So here class name is going to be classes dot left arrow, and here class name is going to be classes dot right arrow. So here let me go and copy. So here import AI outline arrow left, and here AI outline arrow right from React hyphen icons, and here slash AI, like this here. Okay, and between those two arrows is going to be the interesting part. So here recipes, here question mark dot map, and here recipe, and let me map through them. So here I'm going to return a div, a div like this here, a div which is going to have of course a key, and the key is recipe.id meal. Class name is going to be classes.recipe, and I'm going to apply here some inline styles which are going to be, I'm just going to apply them later. This is from the slider thing. Right now I want them to be not applied. I'm going to show you just in a second. And here image is going to be here with the source image here. So recipe dot str mu thumb, and below I'm going to have an h3 with the recipe question mark dot str mu. Okay, right now you see here the mules here. Nice. And I'm going to apply one more thing here. So here classes dot dots, and I'm going to write the code just in a second when I write here the CSS. So here you see right now how are the mules. Let me go here to the CSS and let's start styling it. So here again, let me make the screen like this, and here dot container is going to be a height of calc 100 vh minus 60 pixel again, then width of 100% and margin top of 6 IRM. Then dot wrapper is going to be height of 100%, width of 85% and margin of 0 auto. After the wrapper here I'm going to target the dot titles div. So here is going to be a display of flex. Here display of flex. Flex direction is going to be here column. Then is going to be an items of center, gap of 1.5 IRM and margin bottom of 3 IRM. So we can see how the titles are positioned, but I want them to have colors. So let me go here to the dot titles and let me target here first the H5, which is going to be with a font size of 24 pixel. Color is going to be G79734 and letter spacing of 1 pixel. Then dot titles and the H2 inside is going to have here a font size of 32 pixel, color of BC8738, and then letter spacing of 1 pixel, and then dot recipes and here margin top of 3 IRM. Position is going to be here relative. Then we are going to have display of flex, width of 750 pixel, height of 660 pixel, and overflow is going to be hidden. So right now you see how we see just this image here, and here you see that from the other image. Right now we're going to have it fixed, don't worry. Okay, so we're already here with the dot recipes. Then I'm going to target the individual recipe, which is going to be recipes, and here dot recipe with a width of 750 pixel and a height of 550 pixel. And then I'm going to target the recipes and here dot recipe and here the image, which is going to have a width of 750 pixel, a height of 550 pixel, and the object fit of color. So right now we can see just this image here, which is what I intended. And then I'm going to make dot recipes here, the recipe, and here the H3 inside, position of absolute, then the index of 1, padding of 0.25 on all sides. Background color is going to be D79734. Color is going to be FFF. border radius is going to be 6 pixel, bottom is going to be 1.25 ARM, and here left is going to be 0.5 ARM. Nice. So you see right now how it is looking like. Okay, then I'm going to have a dot. Wait, I want it to be minus here. So if it's minus, how it's going to look like? Oops, just let me get rid of that comma here. So if it's a minus, wait, okay, without the minus here. Okay, let's continue here. So here, oops, come on. Okay, so here dot left arrow, comma, dot right arrow here. They are going to have some common styles, which are going to be position absolute, and the index of 3. Then for the left arrow here, I'm going to have left of 1 item, top of 275 pixel, width of 30 pixel, height of 30 pixel, border radius of 50%, background color is going to be FFF, and then font size of 14 pixel. Then dot right arrow is going to be here, right of 1 item, top of 275 pixel, width of 30 pixel, height of 30 pixel, border radius is going to be 50%, background color is FFF, and then font size of 14 pixel. So right now you see how it is looking nice. Then I'm going to have for the dots. So this dot functionality, I'm wondering if I wanted to show you right now. Okay, actually I want to make the slider functionality, and then I'm going to make the dots. For the last thing here that I want to examine is going to be why this is not positioned center. So here the dot wrapper here, just let me see here, the dot recipes here, it's a display of flex. Here let me see. Here, because I forgot to center them, so right now let me go here to the recipes, and here after the display of flex, let me make it justify content of center. So oops, items of center, or I know how to center it. So here margin is going to be first 0 and auto here, just like this here. So right now, okay, right now it is how I wanted it to be, so it's centered here, nice. And let me make here the slider functionality. So here the slider functionality is going to be, it's not going to be hard to understand, I think. So let me start. So here I want to make a function which is going to be called here const handle arrow, and it's going to take a direction as an input here. And then I'm going to check if direction is equal to left, so here like this, so it's equal to left. And if it is, just let me close the CSS. So if it is, first I want to check if the number is equal to 0, because when we are on the left side and the number is 0 here, I want it to be different number. So here it's going to be set show recipe. I want it to be to the last. So here recipes dot length -1. If we are on the 0 and we click again on left, we are going to go to the last one, from 0 to last. And then else is going to be set show recipe the previous -1. So we're going to go just one on the left. Then if direction is equal to right here, the logic is going to be similar. If show recipe is equal to recipes dot length -1, then it's going to be set show recipe to the first one. So you see the logic. If you are on the last one and we click again to the right, when we have nowhere to go, so right, that's why I make this functionality here. Nice. Else is going to be here set show recipe to the previous +1. So this is the function, and here let me attach it on an on click event. So here on click, and here's handle arrow to the left side, and here on click is going to be again a function that calls another function, handle arrow to the right, just like this here. And here, in order to make this to work, I'm going to apply here style. And actually the styling sheet is going, so it's here, okay, so it's here, so here it's equal to transform. Then it's going to be here translate x on the x-axis, and here is going to be inside a parentheses minus $, curly braces, show recipe multiplied by 750, and after the curly braces pixel. So this is how this is going to work here. So right now you can see how we are moving towards them, and I want to keep track of which recipe I'm looking right now. So you see how it is looking nice, and here is the title as I wanted it to be, not below here but here. Nice, this is working perfect. Okay, and here I want to make that dots functionality right now, so let me start typing it. So here dot recipes dot map, and here the first parameter, which is the recipe itself, I don't need it. I'm just going to make here, oops, what I did here, just underscore, and then I want to take the index. So here the index is going to be quite useful. Just let me get rid of this extra parenthesis, and here I'm going to make a div with the key here of the index. Usually it's a bad practice, but just for this example it's not a problem. And here on click is going to be a function that calls another function, set show recipe to the, come on, to the index here, and then it's going to have a class name here of classes dot, and it's going to have one order which is going to be conditional. So if show recipe is equal to the index, I'm going to have it classes dot active dot. And the last thing here that I want to provide is actually keys here, so nothing we need to provide here. We are ready with that part, and it is actually a div.close itself here. So I can make it like this. We have no text inside, so a div.close itself here, and let me make it on multiple lines so you see what is here inside. This is it, a div.closes itself. So we have here the on click, the class name, and the index here, the key with the index here. So let me go again to the styling sheets to style it, and you're going to see how are they looking. It's going to be just some simple styles here. So oops, here dots are going to be with a margin top of -3 IRM. I know it's weird, but -3 IRM to make them closer to the images. Display of flex, gap of 1.25 IRM, and align types of center. Then dots, and each individual dot is going to be here. Oops, just let me write here the dot before the dots. I know there are a lot of dots here. Don't get confused, guys. Let's go. Width of 12 pixel, height of 12 pixel, background color is EF, 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 so EF, 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 and border radius of 50%. And here dot with the, so again dots with the dot, and if it have the dot active dot, is going to have a background color of D7, this color, so here D79734. So right now let me refresh the page here, and just let me center it here. So dots, let me make them centered here, so it is justify content of center. Nice. And you see here right now when I click on it, nothing happens actually. Let me see why. So here set show recipe to the index. Let me see what is the problem. I don't think that I have any problem, so let me here console log the set show recipe. Let me console log it. So here set show recipe, and here if I click here, nothing happens when I click on them. I'm going to see why. My friends, I found the problem here. Just write position relative and a z index of 6 or more. It is quite tricky to explain it, but because here this thing, the image is not the taking its whole height of the container. So here the container is just ending here, and it have a z index which is higher than those of the dots. So that's why it doesn't get activated. So here just make the position relative and z index, and you see when I click on here, I can navigate through the dots here. It's not a problem. And let me try to make one thing here. So where it is here on the image, transition 150 milliseconds. Is this going to work here? So here if I click on it, it's not working. Let me try it above here. Oops, let me try it here. Right now it is working just as I want it to work. So you see, I can even make it 250 milliseconds so you can see the effect. So right now you see how this is basically a vanilla React slider, which is super easy, guys. You see one function and some CSS styling, and it is done. You see how lovely it is. I personally like it a lot. So okay, we're ready with this favorite food section. The next part here is to write the categories.jsx here. So let me close here and let me open the categories.jsx. And again, I'm going to import it inside the home because I don't want to forget and to wonder why I don't see it. Okay, so here it is imported. Let me close the home.jsx and let's start here typing for the categories. So here I'm going to have const URL underscore categories, which is going to be the URL which we are going to fetch the available categories here. So I can go here again to the MealDB and you see here list all meal categories, this thing here. So I can again copy it, paste it, and again https colon slash slash and it is ready. I'm going to give one more link here which is going to be const URL underscore recipes and it is equal to this thing here. So filter by category here, so I can copy it here again, and instead of seafood I'm going to have nothing here. It is going to be dynamic. You're going to see how we are going to do it. And again https colon two dots, two slashes I mean. Okay, and here I'm going to have const categories because we need state to save it. So here const categories set categories is equal to use state an array, empty array initially. And here I'm going to have active category to keep track of what was clicked. So here set active category is equal to use state empty string here, and then recipes set recipes is going to be equal to use state here again an empty array. So let's use the use effect here. So use effect here is going to be for fetching the categories themselves. So here const fetch categories is equal to async, and here try catch with the console.error, and here let's go. So const response is equal to await fetch URL underscore categories, const data is equal to await response.json, and here set categories, or just let me console log it because you don't know how it is formatted. So here let me console log it and call this function here, and let me see what we have inside as a response here. So let me again refresh the page, and here we have dot categories. So here let me make it dot categories so you see what is inside dot categories. And inside dot categories we have 14 categories as you see here. So we have 14 categories, and when I click on one of the objects we have an active category, category name, category description, and the image of the category itself, which is nice. Okay, so again I don't want to save all of the categories. I just want to save the first 9 like this, and here set categories, and okay, they are ready here. This function is ready. I'm going to need one more use effect here, which is going to fetch the mules that have this category. So const fetch recipes is equal to async here, again a try catch with console.error inside the catch, and this time I'm going to have a dependency which is active category, and this function is going to be called only if we have an active category. So here fetch recipes like this here. And before writing this function here, I see that in fetch categories I missed something. Here I'm going to set instantly when I fetch the data one of the categories here as an active category, which is the first one. So here categories 08 index dot str category, just like this here. And inside the fetch recipes here, const response is equal to await fetch URL recipes. So here URL underscore recipes, and here active category. This is how we are going to fetch the mules with the active category. So the URL recipes and the category next to it, and then const data is equal to await response.json, and let me console log the data like this here. So I refresh the page and let me open the inspect and see what we have here. So it is an object with the 42 mules. Again, that's a lot of mules. I'm not going to get all of them. So here you see all of them listed. So nice. Let me close them, and here dot mules dot slice in the first 11 mules here, and here let me save them. So set recipes, so they are saved. Nice. And we are ready with the functions. Let me go here to the JSX and let's start typing it. So here class name is going to be classes.container, then is going to have dot classes dot wrapper, and inside the wrapper here I'm going to have classes dot titles with an h5 of pick a category, and an h2 here with a choose what suits you. Okay, this for the dot titles and the titles themselves. Then we have classes dot categories, And inside I'm going to map through the categories. So here dot category categories dot map category, and here I have a div which is going to have here a key of, come on, dot key is going to be here category with the ID of category. Then I'm going to have here a class name. So here class name is going to be here classes dot category, and here if the active category is equal to category dot str category, we're going to have classes dot active. So here it is going to have an additional styling if it's inactive. And how we're going to make it active? With an on click here. So here on click is going to be equal to set active category, and inside I'm going to pass the category str category. So enough talking. Come on, why are they not displayed here? Because I need to write them here. So here category dot str category. So right now we are going to see all of the categories here. Nice. And before writing the CSS here, I just want to display the recipes. Or actually, yes, let me write it here. So I'm going to have a div with the class name here of class name is equal to classes.recipes. And inside here, I'm going to have recipes question mark dot map recipe here, and then here div, which is going to have here a key of recipe dot id meal, and here class name is going to be classes dot recipe. Then inside this div here, I'm going to have a link here, which is going to navigate us to the page details. So here recipe slash recipe.idmu, so we can be navigated to the details page, and he's going to receive of course a class name here of classes.image container. And inside that link element, I'm going to have a source image with the source of recipe.strmu temp, and below this link here I'm going to have an h3 with the title of the view, so recipe.strmu, and link is not defined. Nice, we're going to define it. So import link from React Router DOM, and here let me refresh the page to get rid of these compiled problems. And you see here, so when I click on seafood here, we get here seafood here. So you see baked salmon with fennel and tomatoes, Cajun spiced fish tacos. Here when I click on, let's say, desserts here, we get some desserts here as you see here. But of course we want it to be styled. Even, I mean, it is functional, but we want it to look beautiful, right? Not only to be functional, but to look beautiful. So this is going to be our next job. So here let's go to the categories.mojo.css, and let's go. Again, I'm going to split the screen so you see what exactly I'm styling, and let's go. Dot container is going to receive here a height of calc 100 vh minus 60 pixel, then width of 100% and margin top of 15 IRM. Then dot wrapper is going to be with a height of 100%, width of 100% and margin of 0 auto. Then after the dot wrapper I have dot titles, which are going to have a display of flex direction of column, align items of center, gap of 1.5 IRM and margin bottom of 3 IRM. Then dot titles and the h5 inside is going to be with the font size of 24 pixel, color of D79773, come on here, D79734, and then letter spacing of 1 pixel, and then dot titles and the h2 is going to receive a font size of 32 pixel, color of BC8738, and here letter spacing again of 1 pixel. Okay, nice. Then dot categories is going to be, come on, dot categories is going to be here with the display of flex, justify content of space between, align items of center and margin bottom of 3 IRM. So let me see how this is looking. Okay, but here I'm going to make it with a dot category is going to have a padding of 0.25 IRM on top and bottom and 0.75 on left and right, border of 1 pixel solid D79734, background color is FFF, and color is going to be D79734, and here of course with the border radius of 8 pixel. So right now you see how it is looking, but why here I have not applied this thing here. Width is 85%, not 100. Here it is 85%, guys, fix it. 85% width. Okay, so right now it is looking as I wanted it to look. Great, great. And here dot category and here dot active is going to have some stylings which are going to be background color of this cover. So this 79734, this orange cover, and color is going to be FFF. So right now this one is active because I made it here that the first one is active by default. So this is active, but when I click here, this is active. When I click this, this is active, and so on and so on and so on. Whatever you click last, it is the active one. Okay, but here I want the recipes to be displayed with a grid. So here dot recipes is going to be a display of a grid. Grid template column is going to be repeat 4 with 1 FR, so we're going to get 4 equal with columns, and grid gap of 3 ARM. Then dot recipe here is going to be height of 350 pixel, width of 100%, display of flex direction is going to be column, text align is going to be center, and gap of 0.5 ARM. Then dot image container is going to be a height of 80%, width of 100%, overflow of hidden, and here transition of 150 milliseconds. Then dot image container, and when I hover on the image container, it's going to have transform scale of 0.25. Then dot image container, and the image inside is going to have a height of 100%, width of 100%, object width of cover, and border radius of 8 pixel. And here dot recipe is going to have here an h3 with a cover of 333. So right now you see how are they looking, and actually here I'm going to apply the hover effect not on the image container but on the image itself. So here let me copy this here and let me delete this part here. So let me see if it's going to work as I wanted it to work. Oops, and here nice, but I just actually, is it working? Yes, it's working. Nice. I just need to apply some transition here from the image container to the image. Let me just move it, and right now it is working as I exactly wanted it to work, my friends. So we are ready here with the home page. As you see, it is quite nice, but I want to make the details page. So when I click here, nothing pops up except the navbar, but we have written navbar, so yes. So I suggest you that we start here with the recipe.details. So here recipe details, where it is, just let me click here, and here it is recipe details. So here I'm going to have some state first. So here const recipe set recipe is equal to use state unnamed string, then const ingredients set ingredients is going to be equal to use state an empty array, then const measures set measures is equal to again an empty array here, and then const url underscore details is equal to, so let me go again to the TheMealDB, the mealdb.api. Wait, I'm reading the title here, so it is the mealdb.com, not TheMeal API. Okay, I got confused with the name here. Where it is here, so look for TheMeal details. Yes, this thing here. So let me copy it, and here just the equal, and then I'm not going to copy the ID because it's going to be dynamic. And here const URL details, and lastly, in order to get the ID here, I can do it like this with the use params. So this is from React Router DOM again, and we get access to the ID here. So use params from React Router DOM, and the ID here I'm going to console log it. So here ID, it will be the same with this, so the 52997, so it's going to be the same, I'm exactly sure. Yes, you see it is the same as here. And with this ID we're going to make a request to the API to fetch some data. So here use effect, oops, use effect here, and here const fetch recipe details is going to be async, then a try catch console.error, and here error, and here let me make the ID here, and for the try block here const response is equal to, so const response is equal to await fetch here URL details and then the ID. So this is how we're going to do it. and then const data is equal to await response.json, and let me console log the data here. But of course we need to call the function, so fetch recipe details, and let me see what we have here. Unexpected token, it's not, again I think I forgot the HTTP, so here HTTPS colon slash slash. Right now I'm going to get rid of the error, so here muse with an array of 1, so it's going to be dot muse and the 08 index. So right now that's how we get access to the muse, so from this here to this, and you see here the ID meal, the area, so it's a Vietnamese meal here, beef, and you see here we have ingredients. So I'm going to show you just now how we can get only the ingredients here that are not empty. So you see here we have some empty ingredients. I'm going to get the ingredients here and the measures here. I'm going to show you here we have the title and the image. Nice. So here I'm going to show you how we can do it. First I want to save the image like this. I mean not the image but the recipe, my bad. And here is going to be quite interesting, so I suggest you that you watch this part several times if you don't understand it. So it's going to be tricky, I warn you. Let's go. Object.keys. So this is an object that we are going to map through, and I want only the keys. So data.muse 08 index and dot for each. So it is an array of the keys of the object. And here key is going to be here in curly braces. So here if key dot includes, and if it includes str ingredient, and then if and then data dot muse 08 index the key, and if that key is not equal to an empty string, so if it's not empty here, we're going to do the following thing. So set ingredients, we take the previous, and with the previous we do the following. So if previous dot length is empty array, which is going to be initially, I'm going to return it like this here. So data dot muse 08 index and then the key. Else if it's not empty the array, we're just going to return, I don't even need curly braces, just else return dot 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 previous, and here data dot muse 08 index, and here the key. I know it's quite confusing. This is basically getting the ingredients inside that array. And here, while we are mapping through it, I'm going to make a similar if statement. So I can just copy it, literally I can just copy it and write here str measure, and here set measure. This is for the ingredients and the quantity of the ingredients. So here let's say it is I don't know, sugar, and here it is 50 grams. Then it is salt, and here pinch. So you see this is here the ingredient and here the quantity of the ingredient, and this is how we get the data. So we are ready with this part, which is I would say it's quite complex. So let's go here to the JSX and let's start typing it. So here class name is going to be here classes.container, then I'm going to have classes.wrapper, then h2 with the recipe details. Below the h2 here I'm going to have classes.recipe, and here image with the source of recipe question mark dot str mu temp. Then I'm going to have here a div which is going to be here with the metadata. So here title 2 dots recipe question mark dot str mu. Then below the title here I'm going to have h3 with the ingredients. So here ingredients and measures, and here below the h3 here I'm going to have class name of ingredients, and here ingredients dot map here ingredient, and here I'm going to take the index as well. So here the ingredient and the index. So here index and instant return with the parentheses, and let's go here. So here div is going to have a key of the ingredient because each ingredient is unique. I am almost sure of this. And then class name is going to be classes.ingredient, and here span is going to be here ingredient. Then below I have here a hyphen, and below the hyphen I'm going to have measures and the index. So this is how we're going to get with the measures. So right now you see how it is: rice white, onion 1, wine 1, garlic clove 3, cucumber 1, carrots 3 ounces, ground beef 1 pound, and so on and so on and so on. And here because yes, because when I write it's going to be fetched again. Right now you see how it is. Okay, so right now we are ready with the JSX. Let's go to the CSS. So again, I'm opening the CSS here, and again, I'm splitting the screen. So let's go. Dot container, and here min height of calc 100 VH minus 6 pixel. Then width is going to be here 100%. Then margin top of 3.5 IRM. Nice. Then dot wrapper is going to be height of 100%, width of 100%, display of flex direction of column, align items of center, and padding bottom of 2.5 IRM. Then dot wrapper and the H2 inside is going to be a color of D78B21, then font size of 32 pixel and margin bottom of 2.5 IRM. Then dot recipe and the image inside is going to be width of 100%, height of 700 pixel, object fit of cover, and here margin bottom of 2 IRM. So let me see how it's looking. Nice, nice. We still have to start a little bit, so let's continue. Then dot metadata, which is just the title, is going to have a display of flex, gap of 1.5 IRM, align items of center, font size of 22 pixel, margin of 2 IRM, top and bottom, and 0 on left and right. Margin bottom will be here bumped up to 3 IRM. Background color is going to be this color, so here D78B21. Color is going to be EF. Padding of 0.25 IRM on top and bottom is 0.75 on left and right. Width is going to be max content, and here border radius of 6 pixels. So right now you see how it's looking. This is super long title, that's why this is long as well. Nice. And here let's me target the recipe, and here the H3 inside, which is recipe here. So here it is recipe and the H3 this ingredient and measures. Let's go. Is going to have here a margin bottom of 2.5 IRM, text align of center, color is going to be D78B21, font size of 24 pixel and font weight of 500. Nice. Then dot ingredients is going to have here margin top of 1.5 IRM, display is going to be here grid, then grid template column, repeat for 4 columns, here 1 FR, and then grid gap of 2 IRM. Come on, grid gap of 2 IRM. Then the individual ingredient is going to be here a display of flex, gap of 1.5 IRM, and align items of center. So right now you see how it's looking. That is even quite too much here. I'm going to make it 1 IRM. So here 1 IRM, and it is looking great. Guys, this is for the video. Please subscribe and thank you for your time. See you in the next video. Bye.